Hi, this is Lada from astrolada.com with your January 2019 horoscopes. Happy New Year, guys! And this year starts with a sprint. This is the year numerologically of the number 3, and the number 3 corresponds to the planet Mars. And we start this year having to go very to mobilize our powers. We have no time to rest after the festivities. Mars year is going to be very dynamic with a lot of new beginnings, with a lot of initiatives that people will feel, and this year starts with 2 eclipses, guys. Wow. Eclipses are about fated events that turn our life around and place new beginnings and complete old programs, karmic programs in our life. And Mars is in Aries, making it very dynamic. Things will just come out of the blue, bam, 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 bam. Wow, But I have a present for you for 2019. and you can go already on my website and see it's a Christmas present for you, 2019 presents. It's the free weekly transit calendar. Basically, you can go at any time and check what specific transits you're going to be having for the whole week ahead. Some people might have up to 20, 30 transits per week. And it says, like I've been writing it for 3.5 years with very detailed descriptions, practically what you expect. And this is so different because this is not a generic horoscope. Like you're not listening just for Aries, your sun sign, or Venus. This is like a professional astrologer does a reading. It's your specific transits. No one else in the world has the same transit at the same time as you, unless you have a twin born within 2-3 minutes from you. Otherwise, this is the real deal. No one is born with the same horoscope, and you will see a proper horoscope, and it's free, guys. If you want a month or a year, you can update the version, but otherwise, I'm giving it to you for free. I'm so excited. There is no such available tool for free. There is no such available free software online anywhere with so much information, unless you pay or you have a professional astrology program. So there you go. Go and check it out. Plus, I have prepared for you for January 140 pages report for everything important that's happening for all the 12 signs inside, for every important astrological event, what you can expect. So if you want to get it, it's just $7.99 for the whole of January. I also have February ready for you. It's very professional astrology with very practical advice as well. It's like an in-depth calendar, almost like a book for the whole month, day by day. All right. And also don't forget my my yearly 2019 videos are out. You can get them 1.5 hours. Also the written ones, you can get them, and the calendar, 2019 calendar. And we have a retreat in the summer. My first retreat in Bulgaria for 4 days. Will be quite a few astrologers there. Nicola Stojanovic is the main one, and me as well. We'll have some psychics from the website as well. And you can check out again on the link below if you want to join us. And we're going to party, and you're going to come to my place, to my house. I'm going to go to the beach every day, and we're going to do astrology for hours. So it's going to be exciting year, very dynamic, full of energetic things, So let's dive into each of the signs. So Scorpio, how does the month begin for you? Well, the 2 areas that are most activated are the 3rd and the 6th houses. And let's see what it means. But they'll be making squares, the planets there. So there'll be some tensions. So it starts in a Scorpionic way, I would say. With the Scorpios good at dealing with problems and being fearless in the face of it. But they're not going to be huge problems, It's just kind of daily irritations of sorts. Because, let's see, Mars, the planet that rules you, Scorpio, is going into your 6th house, and it's going to be there for about a month and a half. So this means that the workload will increase, because 6th house is our daily duties, homework, errands, responsibilities, workload from work that we're given or that we take on. Well, it increases, but Mars transiting the 6th house also gives you the ability to tackle such, because Mars is problem solver, and 6th house also rules problems, and Mars rules fixing problems. So they go well hand in hand when Mars is in the 6th. It's not the most fun things to do, but you're just gonna be like, okay, I'm putting my problem solving cap, and you kind of do it forcefully, and you kind of do it in a no nonsense approach. I'm not gonna waste time. I'm not gonna dilly-dally with you, or someone who gives you problem yourself. 6th house is also problematic people that are called enemies as well, or rivals. You kind of march in there like a soldier, and you're like, okay, I'm done with this bullshit, whatever, let's sort it out, and let's deal with that and fix it. And at the same time, because your workload increases, you might feel a bit more stress because of that, but you can get a lot of work done when Mars transits your sixth house, especially work that you don't usually like to do or that requires a lot of your energy. So you become like a powerhouse. But be careful because there can be power struggles with people at work, especially because Mars is making square to the planets in your third house of communication. So because of work or pressure at work or too many responsibilities or some tensions there, you might kind of, it can spill out in your communications with others, and you can be a bit more either aggressive, or you can just, because Mars will make square to Saturn, to the Sun there, to Pluto, so not to the Sun, to Pluto and Saturn, but it can feel like at certain days, especially around the middle of the month and the end when Mars makes those aspects, that you feel more easily provoked. And that it can comes up as nervous tension as well, because those two houses rule both somehow the especially the sixth rules the health, and it can, as I said, it can spill out in some ways with your communications with others, whether it's friends or relatives or schoolmates or playmates. There can be some fights. Geez, my baby Scorpio ascendant is starting kindergarten next month. I wonder if you'll be fighting with the kids' kindergartens. Is the third house, other schoolmates. And there is an eclipse in your, also Mars being in your sixth house. Be careful for little accidents that happen. But especially be careful for accidents that happen at work that are with tools or with technology, because third house rules technology, sixth house rules little accidents, and Mars is there. So try not to rush too much, because maybe a laptop can break, or maybe some other technology or tool that you're using for work can also malfunction in some way or break. And third house, there is an eclipse at the start. And that's not directly affecting you, Scorpios, but it's in your third house of communication. So there can be some changes in your everyday environment that are happening, some important life changes that are going to impact you for the next 6 months, and maybe you're feeling it already. Just giving you an example, my baby, I just thought of it because third house is schoolmates and your daily environment, your new siblings. He'll be starting daycare, which he's never been, and all of a sudden this eclipse is exactly when he's starting it. It means there is a big shock or a big change in his social environment, third house, or with his sibling. He's not going to be seeing his sibling. There will be suddenly new children that he has to see. So imagine yourself as a grown-up in a similar situation. I mean, hopefully you don't need daycare, but something in your environment with your colleagues, with your relatives, with your neighbors, with your schoolmates, with your workmates, with some friends that you see every day can change, and they can be, it might feel like a crisis for you, but it's ultimately for your good. We are like a toddler that gets taken to daycare, something new, and they hate it. And I think the world is ending, but it's for our good, to learn to socialize. And this eclipse in particular is good because it's under the influence of the star Vega. It's one of the best stars in astrology. And it might feel like we're forced into this new, you're forced into this new environment, social environment of communication or everyday people environment. Because Saturn is there, it might feel forced, but at the same time, it's ultimately for your good because this fantastic star Vega is presiding over it. So whatever changes are happening in your life in regards to friends, in regards to social situations, in regards to colleagues, in regards to media, in regards to even communications, technology, marketing, they're for good. And actually they're new beginnings because it's a solar eclipse. Solar eclipses are about new beginnings. And again, as I said, it might feel like it's a bit forced, like you need to work hard at it. It might feel like someone is imposing it on you rather than it's your own personal choice. So it might feel like it's it's harder to do. You need to use more self-discipline because this is what Saturn is. But again, this can be fantastic. This can indicate, and it might need that you have to let go of something else and sacrifice. But the ultimate goal is again to create something constructive, something new. Also, it might be the need for you to feel, you might be the one who is doing those changes. You might feel the inner push to downsize. This is Saturn, to downsize, to streamline your, communications, your your daily environment, your daily routines as well, to also your skills. So you might start a new skill or learn to, or have to remove certain tool sets and skill sets and streamline them and make them more efficient, which requires hard study and efforts from you, but down the line is fantastic because it gives you new abilities, and that are more systemized, that you have removed the most unnecessary things, but there's some kind of disciplining necessary with your skills, with your social contacts, with your relatives and neighbors and siblings. They can be something that feels a bit more hard, but again, it's new beginnings. And also people that work in marketing and advertising, people that work in sales, in administrative tasks, in business administration of any sorts, in IT, in communications, in media, that also work as trainers, teachers, speakers. They can find a new beginning in their life now, and it can require them to learn new things. It can require them to be more diligent. It will require them to streamline and to work hard on something and to leave behind some things, but it might give very good results down the line the next 6 months. So new beginnings in such matters, new projects. It might be new marketing strategy, because they might be preceded by some crisis, like you're thinking this is not working anymore. So this relationship with my colleagues is not working, on this project we're working together with my colleagues is not working, on this this relationship with my sibling is not working, or something happens in the life of a sibling, so a new beginning has to come there, or with learning skills and stuff like that. So all those third house matters we talk. On another level, you have eclipse at your 10th house. This is a lunar eclipse, the last of its kind for the next 18 years in the sign of Leo, with the North Node, which means it can give you something in regards to your career, especially, those that are born in the early degrees of Scorpio, in the first 7-8 degrees. So basically the October born Scorpios can feel it more. It can still have a little bit of a stressful effect because it's making some change, but usually full moon eclipse, you can see the result of some career action, the fulfillment of some career goal or ambition or social reputation. The change of your social reputation for some of you can also happen, but I think it's not it can happen very fast and suddenly because Uranus is squaring this. So there can be some disruption even in social status and career situation, but it's but usually Rahu gives you something, so it wants to give you something materially, and ultimately, even if you need to adjust more, if it's more stressful when it comes to your career and authority figures and institutions and bosses and father figures, but something is being it's completing there, and you're seeing the final results, and it's giving you something. Basically, Rahu wants to give you something. All right. And what else is happening? Oh yes, Mars is in your 6th house. I forgot to say that when it's in the 6th house, it's a good time to focus on your health, because there can be some conditions that come that are more, especially more fiery conditions, whether it's heartburn, whether it's infection, whether it's inflammation of some sort, whether it's a sudden pain. Mars is sudden pain, sudden acute conditions, they call them, or temperature, something like that. You're more susceptible to that because of the Mars in the 6th house, or even rashes of some sort. But I've noticed that usually by the time Mars goes out of this house, it goes away. And it's good time now to be proactive, which is what Mars is, to fix your health, to do something about your health, about your workout routine, not with focus on pleasure and fun, but with focus on maintenance of the body and the health. Uh, Okay, and you have Jupiter and Venus in your second house, which means that you can be quite indulgent with your money this month. You can even spend a bit more, but out of pleasure, not because you are forced, you have to spend, especially because Neptune is making square to Jupiter and Venus. You can spend for things that you love, for entertainment, for amusements. It's in the fifth house, for your children. You can spend a bit more for lovers or dates or romantic things, or just to enjoy yourself a little bit, or on your children, as I said. But Venus and Jupiter in the second house means that you can receive also something beautiful. You can buy it for yourself because you find it beautiful, valuable as well. You can enjoy uh, also better food. When Venus is better quality food, when Venus and Jupiter transits the second house, you can, I think, some material, actually financially, you can do some good investments now, but you're more likely to spend as well because of the Neptune square to Jupiter and Venus. But it's gonna be spending on something that you enjoy and something that you like, something that actually even takes some of the pressure from the other transits. And yeah, so that's what it is. Yeah, you can indulge a little bit yourself with beautiful things, beautiful smells, beautiful clothes in some sort, and that might be your therapy. Albeit a bit expensive, but we need this release. So thank you so much, and if none of this is true for you, check your personal transits, because that will resonate. That will resonate because this is so general, so general, because it's still true, but if you want specifically transits that no one else in the world will have on the same day as you or on the same month as you, you're gonna see those on my free available tool, and there is option to buy for a month or for a whole year, as much as you want, so you can obsess over each of your movements. I'm kidding. So you can become self-aware by observing yourself and seeing that nothing in the universe is by chance. Okay, see you next time.